Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing the fundamentals of Python, one of the most popular programming language today. Let's dive into the basics and explore more about Python. Are you someone who want to learn Python? Python is powerful, fast, friendly and easy to learn. It's used in web development, data analysis and machine learning. Now, let's take a look at some of the key features that make Python stand out. Simple and easy to learn, Python has clean syntax, resembling English. Interpreted language, Python code is executed line by line. Cross-platform, runs on various operating systems, Mac, Windows. Rich libraries, offers different purposes for libraries. Example number pandas. Dynamic typing, no need to define variables explicitly. Python syntax and indentation. Python uses indentation to define code blocks, unlike many other programming languages that use curly braces. Let me show you a quick example of how Python handles indentation. In this Python example, the indentation of the print statement tells Python that it belongs to the for loop. If the indentation were incorrect, Python would throw an error. Difference between Python and Java code. In Python, we use indentation to define code blocks. In Java, we use curly braces to define code blocks. Variables and data types. Variables are containers for storing data values that can be referenced or manipulated later. In Python, variables are created when you assign a value to them. Here's a basic example of how to define and use a variable in Python. In Python, variables do not need to have their data types explicitly declared. Let's take a look at how values are stored in memory. Data types. A data type is a classification that specifies the type of data a variable can hold, such as integers, floating point numbers, or strings. Here are some of the most commonly used data types in Python, which include ints such as number. Example 1020. STR such as string. Example APU. List collection of items identified by square brackets. Dept means dictionary. Collections of key-value pairs identified by curly braces. Conditional statements. Python uses control flow statements to direct the execution of code based on certain conditions. These statements allow you to control how your program behaves in different scenarios. Common control flow statement. If condition executes a block of code if the condition is true. Elif condition stands for else if and is used to check multiple conditions if the previous if condition is true. Else condition executes a block of code when none of the previous conditions are true. Let's take an example of a flowchart to understand how decision-making works. Initial value x equals 5. Condition x greater than 0. If true, go to the positive block. If false, go to decision 2. If condition 2x lesser than 0. If true, go to the negative block. If false, go to the 0 block. This outline gives a simple yet clear understanding of how the decision-making process works in the flowchart. Example for writing code for conditional statements. While loop and for loop. Loops concepts in Python. There are two types of loop which are commonly and frequently used in Python are while loop and for loop. Definition of while loop. A while loop is a control structure in programming that repeatedly executes a block of code as long as a specified condition is true. How the while loop works. The loop will start with count set to 1. And continue to print and increase count until the condition count is less than 5 becomes false. Once count is greater than 5, the loop stops. Definition of for loop. A for loop is a control structure in programming that repeatedly executes a block of code for a specified number of iterations, typically using a counter or iterator. How the while loop works. Here, n equals 2 initialize a counter variable n to 2. The for loop creates a loop that iterates over the numbers 0 to 9. Inside the loop, multiplies 2 by the current number in the loop, and print the result. Functions in Python. Definition of function. A function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. Functions help in organizing code and make it modular. The syntax for defining a function in Python. Creating a function. We can define a function in Python using the def keyword. By the following example, we can understand how to write a function in Python. Def is a keyword in Python used to define a function. Fun is the name of the function, which can be any valid identifier. The function body is indented under the function definition, which tells Python that this line of code belongs to the fun function. It is a statement that outputs the message, "Hello, welcome to Python," to the console. Calling a function. This line calls, or executes, the function fun. When fun is called, the code inside the function, in this case, the print statement, is executed, printing the welcome message to the screen. Libraries in Python. What is a Python library? A Python library is a collection of reusable code functions, classes, and modules that simplifies common programming tasks. Types of libraries. Standard libraries, bundled with Python example math, OS, datetime. Third-party libraries, external libraries installed via pip, example number py, pandas. Popular Python libraries and their uses. Number py, used for numerical computing and handling large arrays. Pandas, ideal for data manipulation and analysis. Matplotlib, used for plotting and data visualization. Requests, for making HTTP requests to interact with web services. Beautiful Soup, for web scraping to extract data from websites. Examples of standard library usage. Working with date and time. Importing the datetime module. This imports Python's built-in datetime module, which provides functions and classes to work with dates and times. Getting the current date and time. Fetches the current date and time from your system. The result, stored in now, is a datetime object, which contains details like year, month, day, hour, minute, and second. Displaying the date and time. This prints the current date and time in a human-readable format. How to install external libraries. Using pip. Pip is the default package installer for Python. Open the command prompt to install any library using pip install library name. Example pip install pandas. Example of using an external library pandas. Data frame creation with pandas. Importing pandas. Import pandas as PD imports the pandas library and aliases it as PD to simplify function calls. Creating a dictionary of data. Data is a dictionary where keys like name and age represent column names and values are lists representing each row's data. Creating the data frame. We're using data frame to convert our dictionary into a data frame. Each key in the dictionary becomes a column, and the list values become rows. This lets us work with our data in a more structured, table-like format for easy manipulation and analysis. Displaying the data frame. Print function used to display the data frame in a tabular format. This code will output a table like this. This example is useful for demonstrating the simplicity of data creation and manipulation in pandas. Applications of Python. Python mainly used in web development, system automation and administration, data analysis and machine learning, automated testing, game development, Internet of Things, desktop solutions. The importance of back-end services in web platforms. Explain that back-end services are crucial for managing data, user interactions, and overall functionality. The success of major web platforms like YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. These platforms rely on Python for their back-end services, enabling them to provide seamless user experiences while managing vast amounts of data. Data science and machine learning are changing the way big companies like Google, Netflix, and Uber operate. These companies use data to understand their users better and improve their services. Google uses smart algorithms to show you search results that match your interests. Netflix studies what you watch to suggest movies and shows you might like. Uber analyzes ride data to help drivers find the best routes and match riders quickly. By using these technologies, these companies are improving how we interact with their platforms. This bar chart shows the increasing use of Python across various industries from 2019 to 2023. From data science and machine learning to web development and finance, Python's popularity continues to grow due to its versatility and ease of use. Conclusion. Ease of learning. Python's straightforward syntax makes it accessible for beginners and professionals alike. Community support. a strong global community that constantly improves the language and provides countless libraries. Wide range of applications. Python is used in everything from simple scripts to advanced machine learning algorithms, making it an excellent tool across multiple fields. Final thought. Python's simplicity, combined with its power and flexibility, makes it one of the most widely used and impactful programming languages today.